Our next recipient, who was nominated by the Minnesota chapter, is Kristin Asher. She is a Public Works Director for the City of Richfield, Minnesota. Congratulations, Kristin.
Well, thank you, Bill. I'd just like to say hello and thank you to the association for this recognition. I'm very humbled to be nominated by the Minnesota chapter and extremely honored to have been selected as one of the top 10 public works leaders. I started with the city about 16 years ago, and at the time our public works director was Mike Eastling. And he had brought me to my first APWA event right away. He was very excited for me to get involved in the chapter, and he actually proved to be a great mentor. And I should mention, he was also a past top 10 public works leader. But over the years, we worked together, and he got me involved with APWA right away. And for that, I'm very grateful. It's actually really hard to imagine what the last 16 years would have been like without APWA. I would have missed out on just so much, and like everybody else is going to mention, the relationships that you build, the knowledge that you're tapped into. I try to go to every event I can go to. I don't miss a conference. I go to PWX, and I have a great time catching up with our colleagues and meeting new people, and it's just a great time to reconnect and share experiences. My involvement with the Minnesota chapter has allowed me to grow professionally in a lot of ways. Many years ago, I served as a director on the executive board, and eventually I moved through all the office positions. So I sit here now as a past president of the chapter, and I'm really grateful to be able to serve the chapter in that way, and it's provided me growth opportunities I would not have found elsewhere for sure. But as public works professionals, we all know that we're in the quality of life business, and so for me, that means how can we best serve our communities and improve the quality of the lives of those who we touch with our work. And I get really excited to talk about infrastructure projects and how we turn them into community projects. And I really like the idea of adding public spaces and art or whatever that may be for that specific project, and invite people in to enjoy the infrastructure rather than just pass by. And I think we do a lot in public works. My most proudest accomplishments, I'd say, is working for the city of Richfield in a time when Richfield's going through reinvestment. And so we have a lot of road reconstructions, major roadways that kind of throughways through the city. And so I've had the opportunity to work with the community on that. During my time, we've been involved in developing a community-led process that promotes community-based designs for our roads, and it builds a lot of support. We've implemented a citywide bicycle network, and I say we because it's not just me. And we've also transformed the public space through our major road reconstructions, like I mentioned, all with extensive public input, engagement, and support, which is really important. And the reaction that we get to these projects is very touching. I can tell you that we are improving the lives of those that spend their time in Richfield. I have a few stories I'll share briefly. There's a gentleman in a wheelchair who lives on one side of town who called to thank us after one of our reconstructs because he used to be confined to his block. And after the road was reconstructed, he could get miles away into the city parks and everything, changing his everyday, which was a big deal for him. And then even one of our own public works workers, elementary school aged daughter, and her friends are riding their bikes around town. She'll come and she'll spend lunch with her dad here, and then she'll go off to grandma's house to take a visit. And they're riding their bikes on roads that previously even experienced bikers weren't comfortable riding their bikes. So when we hear a lot of these types of stories, I know that we've touched your lives in a positive way, and I'm extremely proud to have been able to serve the Richfield community in this way. And as a director, I think about how can I improve the lives of the people here in this building who are spending their days providing those services. And so I've been a director for 5 years now, and I'm really proud of the team. They're hardworking, they're talented, they're dedicated people, just like pretty much everybody in public works is. But I also, I have an 11-year-old son who ever since he was a toddler, I would take on my days off, I'd bring him out to the job and we'd sit for an hour or two watching him replace the underground infrastructure. And he comes to work with me a lot, and he likes to be here, and I take every opportunity I can to share with him the importance of the work that we do in public works and how it's essential and how the community is relying on it. And it's not easy, it's not glamorous, and we don't always get thanked for it, but it sure is something to be proud of and worth celebrating. So I just want to say thank you to all the public works professionals out there. And again, thank you for this great honor. I'm proud to be a top 10 leader and just grateful to be part of this profession. So thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. And she made a very important comment there. Somebody took her and encouraged her to get involved in APWA. So that's a challenge to all of these top 10 winners out there. Look around your offices and your friends and find somebody that you will encourage to be a part of APWA. Their lives will be enriched. The rest of the association will be enriched as well. So thank you very much and congratulations again.